Good afternoon. My name is Clay Jones. I'm the Minister of Missions at Central Baptist Church here in Gaffney, South Carolina. And I'm also the brother of who you know of as Erica Jones McDowell, your first grade teacher at Oakland Elementary. First off, I want to apologize for not being able to speak to you in person due to my work schedule. But I want to start off by saying on behalf of our whole mission team, thank you so much for even considering us for your outreach project. We are so blessed to have this opportunity to go to Honduras, and it wouldn't be possible if it weren't for you guys who are willingly donating and willingly giving from your hearts to this cause. This is actually the second time our church has gone to Honduras, but it is my first. I had full intention of going the first time around last October, but a little girl that some of you may know named Emerson Joy McDowell was due during the same time as the trip. And she forgot to tell us that she would be a week late because I could have went on the trip had I known that. So I missed the first trip, but I'm excited about going in the summer. Our trip dates are June the 13th through the 20th. And so especially during that time, we would appreciate the prayers. To give you a little background of the first trip from our team that went on the first time, they went with full intentions of mainly ministering to kids at a local orphanage and a local school. But during that time while they were there, the pastor of a local church drove them about 30 minutes outside the city to a village where people were living a life that many people in the United States have never been exposed to. They live in homes made of mud, drink water that is filled with bacteria, causing sickness to a majority of the people there. Starvation, malnourished children. We take for granted so much here in the United States, and just as I've told someone before, poverty here is upper class compared to places like Honduras and other third world countries. Even the homeless people here can walk into a hospital when sick or find a local soup kitchen, but people such as those in Honduras, they just remain sick and starve when health care and food are not available or provided. Now I know what you're thinking. Do you really have the cure for hunger pains around the world or in the country of Honduras? Is a little team of just 10 to 12 people really going to make much of an impact on so many people? And my answer is this: unfortunately, no. Our small group does not have the resources to provide food for the entire country of Honduras. But think about it like this: 5,000 people came to Jesus at the Sea of Galilee expecting him to feed them. And what began with 5 loaves and 2 fish from a boy's lunchbox, he fed the entire crowd with it. And somehow, after it was all said and done, he had leftovers. So then guess what? Of course, the next day they came back and they were hungry again. They were looking for more food. They had already digested the other food and they were ready for more. So is physical food and physical needs really the ultimate answer? Jesus tells us in John chapter 6, verse 35, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me shall not hunger, and whoever believes in me shall never thirst. So ultimately, it is this message, it is the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ that we plan to simply be messengers of, to offer them a plan to fulfill all their needs beyond their original imagination. And in an effort to meet the spiritual needs, however, we also plan to provide for their physical needs, which is a part of the reason we are grateful for your donation. We plan to provide school supplies and soccer balls to the children who are very far behind in their education compared to us due to the lack of resources and teachers. We also plan to hold several different kids camps and soccer camps to the youth as well as adults in the nearby rehab facility who are struggling with alcohol and drug addictions. Long-term plans, we plan to return to Honduras twice a year for the upcoming several years, not just to provide relief, but to help them to develop, help them not only to get back on their feet, but stay on their feet and begin walking after we leave. We plan to eventually provide clean water through the funds of building a well in the village, as well as a local church and a school, which at this time they meet under a tree for church. So please don't stop with just your donation, but also more important than that, keep us in your prayers. Keep us in your prayers for the upcoming years and the upcoming few months before we go this summer, because there's definitely a big task ahead of us for the upcoming years. And with God's help, though, we see the future being very bright in this small village. And we definitely plan to bring pictures back to let you guys see what exactly we did and how your contributions were such a big help. Again, we thank you so much.